Hello YouTube. Welcome back to another Convergence mod build showcase. This one is gonna be a little different to the last two I made because this character is strong as fuck. This is my favorite character probably of all the ones I've made. It was the third one I made and oh my god is it powerful. So it's gonna be different in that I'm probably going to do more than 3 bosses. I'm probably going to do like 6 or something. Because we'll get through them that quickly because this character just deletes bosses. So this is my Dreadnought. It's a hybrid between melee and geomancy. I'm level 144. And I've got the Dragonborn armor and this is like a ridiculous build. It's insane. It's so insane. So I'll quickly go through the makings of this build. I've got Ledl's Hammer. It's at +10. The scaling of this is insane with 40 intelligence and 40 faith. You get this in the Geomancy Covenant and 40 strength as well. I have an attack rating of 2400. I literally one-shot bosses. So this build is all about trading hits. I've got my weight ratio at 99.7. I'll show you why I have it at that in just a second. But we'll quickly go through the build. So I've got Ledl's Hammer, the strongest damage I do by far of any of my classes. I've got a wee small shield to parry stuff if I want to flex. I have the Geomancy Flame, +10, fully upgraded. And then I have the Dreadnought armor, which is a very heavy armor, but it has the highest absorption of any armor in this mod, I think. I believe so, anyway. So with all these pieces combined, my physical absorption is at 57%, and my elemental absorptions are quite good as well. So with 40 vigor, that's quite a lot. Obviously, with such heavy armor and a heavy weapon as well to boot, I have Hell's Ring, which just gets me over, just under 100% with the vitality that I have. And then I think the main reason this build does so much damage is because of this new ring they added, the Laggard's Ring. It's the opposite of the Flynn's Ring, where the more equipment load you have, the heavier you are, the more damage you do. So it's the opposite of the Flynn's Ring. I get, what, 500 extra damage from that? It's absolutely just insane. That's probably one of the best ring ideas, because now I can, like, I've always been about, like, a strength bias, and I always like trading hits. And now I can do that. Like a god. I've got the Shelf Asmodeus, which is a boost physical defense and physical attack by 10%. Reduce stamina weapon consumption by 15%. I've only got 18 endurance, but this ring helps me swing my weapon quite a bit, so it's quite good for that. And then I've got the Ring of Valor on as well, which is another physical attack ring that also helps with stamina recovery. So that's all the equipment I have. And I think the main thing is the melee. The melee is insane. I love Ledl's Hammer. I love the moveset. It's so good. And yeah, it just goes so well with the Super Geomancy. So in Geomancy, there's a lot of spells in Geomancy, but I've only got the 3 big mega ones that you get from the Super Covenant. The Mountain Makers is the main Geomancer Covenant. Also, the Covenant increases your physical damage by 5% once worn, so that's also helping the damage a wee bit. So yeah. Alright, the Geomancies is also where it's at. Mostly the Geomancies I have is crowd control. So melee is like individual damage, and Geomancies is for like big sweeping attacks. So it's mostly like earthquakes and like poison and shit. So I've got 4 spells. I've got 3 big ones and an Iron Flesh, so I'll show you the big ones. Seismic Crack is a massive, like, straight line attack, which destroys any enemies in its path. So if I lock onto these boys over here, yeah, it does a lot of damage as well because of my 40-40 intelligence and faith. So yeah, Stone Rain is another good one. It just staggers big bosses to death, does tons of poise damage, and it also does tons of damage. I don't think it works very well on smaller enemies. Also it takes a while to cast. There you go. Yeah, so the bridge is protecting him above. But yeah, it's quite good for that. I mean, look at that, it's ridiculous. There you go. And then we've got Orogeny, which is like a big like it's like a horseshoe, like a half circle in front of you. But it also applies poison to them. So if you want to apply poison, that's pretty good as well. It also goes in a straight line quite far, I think, as well. So that's happy days. Alright. But then we've got Iron Flesh. Now, my physical absorption right now is 57%, and my elementals are about 30 to 40 absorption. So, but with Iron Flesh, my physical absorption goes up to 90%. I take no damage from physical attacks, but with Iron Flesh active, my elementals go into the negative. And a lot of bosses in this mod do elemental damage. So it's a kind of choose your opponent sort of like situation. Like if they do physical damage, then it's just fine. But if they do elemental, then I wouldn't use Iron Flesh at all. You'll take a lot of damage. So yeah, let's start fighting some bosses. We'll do 2 early game, 2 mid game, and 2 end game bosses just to show off this. So we'll always I'll show you the Watchdog, and I'll show you the Deacons, I guess, and then we'll find out the mid games after that. So I should literally just one-shot the Watchdog. We'll literally just one-shot with like a charged heavy or something, because it is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I missed. But that was just the rocks hitting him. Like, the rocks from Ledo's hammer just hit him, and it did more than half his HP. So it's ridiculous. Destroyed. So yeah. 2400 attack rating is... it's good. It's very good. Hopefully, so this mod is somewhat unstable. Like, whenever it goes into a loading screen, it has the potential to crash. But I think we should be okay for this for a little while. It's usually after playing for like an hour or so that it happens, or when you're walking towards certain areas. Alright. Deacons is good to show off the Geomancy. It's so good, man. It's so good, and that guy died to poison. So yeah. Wow. You are dead. So yeah, that one's really good. That one's really, really good. Mid-game bosses, we'll just power through these. I'll literally just one-shot all the bosses. I'll literally just one-shot them all. We'll get a big boss so we can show off Stone Rain, because Stone Rain is really good against big bosses where all the stones can hit him. So we'll do what? Probably Aldrich? Or we'll do Dancer. We'll do Dancer and Gundyr probably. Or the Nameless King. We'll do Dancer, Nameless King, and then a couple of DLC bosses. Dancer gets destroyed as well. This was the first character where I could just grind Dancer like over and over again, because so early on I did so much damage as well. Like as soon as I got this hammer, I was killing her in like 30 seconds. Now I should kill her in like 10 seconds or something. Boom. Yeah, Dancer is just like this build is just so powerful. Like they die before I even like I'm able to before they're even able to like put a scratch on me. It's insane. So yeah, as far as like my playstyle, like my bias to like playstyle, this is my favorite build so far. I love trading hits. Like how long was that? How long was that Dancer fight? Like 10 seconds? Insane, man. Absolutely insane. This is the stuff that you can do in this mod. You can just ramp yourself up so far. The King of the Storm should get hit pretty bad by Stone Rain. Because it's mostly the monsters with like the big wingspans and stuff. Like there's blood magic that does sort of like Stone Rain, but it does like more damage. It just destroys some bosses, man. Should fly towards me? Yeah. Per dragon, man. Per dragon. It's so sad. Alright. Oof. So yeah, you're still not invincible, you know. But you might as well be. Jesus, I'm gonna die. Oof. There you go. There's a stagger. Need to start using geomancy with my shit. That some should be poisoned. Here you go. You do a lot of poison damage as well, so. I'm dead. Wow. I suck, man. But you see the poison damage, so yeah. This build, like, when it does elemental damage, it's not invincible. But just standard enemies that do physical damage, they're so dead, man. They're so dead. Come here, boy. Ooh. Every character has their hard boss. Or hard bosses, rather. This one though, as long as you can trade. I guess I just died again, okay. Okay. I should start using my potions and stuff. So yeah, potions are a thing I like to use with this character. I have ran out of potions though. It's mostly the inner light one. Fill your body of light, bolstering defenses. That increases your physical absorption quite a bit. Even more. And elemental ones as well, so I guess we'll use that so we can trade effectively. That's what I've been using for my playthrough. Gamer sucks. But yeah. Oof. What? Surprised he's not getting staggered, man. Alright. Let's use the geomancy. Oof. Wow. Alright. There you go. Like, we just do so much damage, man. We do so much damage. It's insane. What was that, like 2 combos? And he's dead. He's so dead, man. Alright. I guess we'll show off Sister Frida, and then we can show off probably Demon Princess or something like that. Or is there a boss that does like pure physical damage in the late game, rather? Cause I want to show off Iron Flesh. Not really. Knight of Gertrude, I guess. He's not really a late game boss. I guess we'll do Knight of Gertrude. The big winged fatty boy. Alright, so we'll use Iron Flesh. Weird boy. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Absolutely no damage. Taking absolutely no damage. And he bounces off us. It's so good, man. It's so good. Alright. One more. Yeah, so just going through the game casually with this build. All of the fucking little monsters just die so quickly to you. Obviously, you just one-shot like everyone. But they can't do damage to you, man. Alright. And we'll do Demon Princes or something. Two on one. I don't know if these guys do fire damage with their melee attacks. We can find out, actually. We'll find out real quick. Right. Alright. Let's find out. They do. Alright. He's so dead now. He's so dead. Alright. That's the wrong one. Don't kill me, please. Try and use all the geomancy. There you go. Yeah, the geomancy is also really strong. Oof. Yeah. You just poise this. Jesus. Doing so much poise damage, man. Insane. This should be it. Should be it. Yep, there you go. GG's. Hi. So once you start using all the stuff in tandem with each other, the build is super strong. So yeah, that's my Geomancer. That was my favorite class as far as playthroughs go. I completed it in like 14 hours, so yeah, not bad, not a bad run. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love the playstyle, man. I love trading hits. Happy days. All right. Hope you enjoyed the build, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, boys.